welcome to another video. Now today I'm going to be talking about my preferred music format, and that is the CD, or if I'm going to give it its full name, the compact disc. This little round plastic shiny bit of material. Holds all music, about 12 or more songs. Now for over a year now I have seen countless videos on YouTube that are out there saying there's a CD revival happening, go buy your CDs now, go get them while you can, blah blah blah, yada yada yada. Now in this video I'm going to ask two questions, and I'm hopefully going to give you my thoughts and answer these two questions by the end. Now the first one is there a CD revival happening right now? And the second one is, are we going to see a CD revival in the future? But first, I just want to say 70% of my viewers are not subscribed to the channel. You can see the graphic on screen now. So please take a couple of seconds, just subscribe to the channel. It really helps it grow and I really appreciate it. Now, let's go on to the first question. Is there a CD revival happening right now? Honestly, do I think there's a CD revival happening right now? No, I do not. I do not see a CD revival happening right now. And I'm going to tell you why I don't see a CD revival happening right now. And that is because this little shiny piece of plastic here, online, okay, there have been videos for months, years, of people going into charity shops, thrift stores, across America, across the UK, across Europe, and people are picking up massive bundles of CDs really cheap. Now they have not just been cheap for the past 6 months, they have not just been cheap for the past 6 years, they have been cheap for the past 15 years, okay? I've been finding them cheap for years. I know people online who've been finding them cheap for years. It is not something new. It is not something that's just happened over the past year. So this is contributing to people thinking that there's a CD revival. And I'll tell you why. Because the price of vinyl has gone so high up, okay? And it's gone so high that people are starting to be unwilling to pay the price of vinyl. When you're asking £40+ for one vinyl, people are starting to say no. So now people are going away and turning around and going to the local charity shops and finding these CDs are really, really cheap. They've been cheap for years. Does that mean there's a CD revival happening? No, it does not. Okay? Now, are CDs still cheap? Yes, they are. Not in all charity shops. Oxfams up and down the country are pricing their CDs according to eBay and what they are on Discogs. Charity shops are starting to wise up and price up their CDs. Now that's not all charity shops. I have found some recently for 25p and 50p, added some to the collection. But they are getting wise. So the price of CD is creeping up, okay? Now the sale of CDs is also creeping up. If you just have to type in Google and you will find that the sales of CDs, for 2024 was higher than the sales of CDs for 2023. It's not uncommon, okay? People are going out and buying more CDs. Does that mean there's a CD revival going on? No, it doesn't. It just means that they're a cheaper option for people who don't want to buy the vinyl, like people who are going in the charity shops and finding CDs. The CDs are there for new music and CD, and they're a lot cheaper than buying the vinyl. £40 for a vinyl, £10 to £15 for the CD. Do you know what I mean? That's what you've got to weigh up. People really are struggling to buy one vinyl when they can buy one CD for more than half the price. That's where I'm going. I'm always going to go the CD. It's no different, okay? Now, the second thing, and this is probably bigger than the price of CDs being really cheap at the minute. Not everybody is behind the CD at the minute, okay? For a CD revival to be happening, everybody's got to be behind it. Every band, every record label has got to be behind it, pushing it. That's what's happened with vinyl the past couple of years for the vinyl revival to happen. everybody's got behind it. Started off slow with vinyl record store day, but then the past few years is really ramped up. Everyone's behind it, pushing vinyl. Now, last year, I'm just reaching for the CD here. The band, now when I say not everyone's behind it, the band Shed 7, massive in the UK last year, had 2 #1 albums in the UK last year, okay? But if CD revival was happening right now, they'd have been behind it 100%. But they weren't, because towards the end of last year, up on screen now, you'll see what they posted on X, they released this on CD. Now, it was only originally available on vinyl. And as you can see from what I've got on screen now, what they posted on X was, due to popular demand, we have pressed a limited number of this on CD. Okay? This isn't the first time Shed 7 have done something. A couple of years ago, they released a Maximum High on a new vinyl repress, and I think it was 3 records, and each one was a different colour, and they were all meant to look like bowling balls. Alright? Now, was that released on CD? No, it wasn't. Okay? Similar to this. This wasn't on CD until just recently, alright? So, a massive band from last year who had 2 #1 albums didn't release another one of their albums on CD last year. Would it have pushed sales? Could they have got a third #1 album? Potentially. They could have. Is it for me to say? Well, yeah, I am going to say. They probably would have got a third album, do you know what I mean? Third #1 album. Now, for them not to be behind the CD tells me that there's no CD revival going on. Not everyone's behind it. When they released that Maximum High with the bowling ball coloured vinyl, if they'd released that on CD with the CDs inside different with bowling ball colours on, yeah, that'd have been great. Now, don't get me wrong, I do know that a Maximum High special edition has been released in the past. But was it the same as that one? If it had been done the same as the vinyl, it'd been completely different, okay? Completely different. So, for a CD revival to be happening right now, everybody needs to be behind it, and they're not, okay? That's why it's not happening right now. That's my answer. Not everyone's behind it. Okay, put that back down there. So, that sort of answered my first question. I don't believe there's a CD revival happening right now. Nope, not everyone's behind it, okay? Moving on from my first question, are we going to see CD revival in the future? I'm going to say yes/no. There are some bands are starting to do it, but it's going to take a big change and a big push from the whole music world. Everyone's got to be behind it because they're not now, okay? For it to be there to be a CD revival, there needs, like I said, there's got to be a big push. Something big's got to happen for that change. So I'm looking at, do we need to have a CD day? We have a record store day. We don't have a CD store day. It's that sort of push I feel that is needed for the CD to have a proper revival. Okay? Now, I'm going to show you some stuff now I've got here. So, these are all from the past, I want to say 4 years. Yep, okay, so here I've got Supergrass in it from the Money Deluxe Box Set 2021, okay? And I've got Whipping Boy Heartworm 2021, okay? 2 reissues of 2 great albums, don't get me wrong. Now, both of them different in their design, okay? Now, what these have done wrong is, okay, they have I feel for there to be a CD revival, things need to change, okay? Releasing this as is, that looks exactly the same as the original that came in the 90s, is not going to make a CD revival, okay? All this is a digipack, okay? And even it's got an extra disc inside, that's got a B-side and demos, and then it's got a picture inside. Everything about this is exactly the same as the 90s one, apart from it's in a digipack form, okay? Supergrass in it for the money. Exactly the same front cover as the 90s one. All that's different is it's digipack form and you're getting disc 2, some studio extras and B-sides, and some disc 3, some live recordings, okay? It's not enough for a CD revival. It all looks nice and it opens up, it's massive. It's not going to make a CD revival, okay? Shut that back up, put that down there. Now, recently, last year, I've got this one here now. This one's very compact and tight. The Charlatans released a reissue of Up to Our Hips. Personally, one of my favourite Charlatans albums. The Charlatans have done something right. For there to be a CD revival, I feel for collectors, for people to go out and buy it, it needs to be different to the original. Here's the original. Here's the original. Here's the re-release. Now, this isn't the first re-release of Up to Our Hips. It's had a box set re-release in the past, but celebrating its anniversary, the Charlatans went all out. Changed the front cover, digipack format. It's also 2 disc, the original album and disc of B-sides and some live shows. This is what needs to happen for there to be a CD revival. It needs a big push and it needs to be like this. Can't just be like vinyl where we get repress after repress of the same thing. For there to be a CD revival, it needs to be totally different and make it worthwhile for the CD collectors to go out and buy it, alright? This is completely different to this different front cover, okay? If I open it up, here's the Charlatans Up to Our Hips. This is the CD. Just pull that down here. If I get the CD out, this very tight inside this digipack. Disc 1. So we've got the original. We've got the re-release. Different. This is what needs to happen for there to be a CD revival, okay? This is what needs to happen for collectors to go out and buy it. It needs a big push, and I feel the Charlatans are the start of starting something, are on the right idea. It needs something like this to make people go out and say, yeah, CD revival, let's get it to the collection. Because if that digipack had been released exactly the same as the original and CD was the same, I would have thought twice. I got it as a Christmas present, to be fair. I did ask for it because like I've said, that is one of my favourite Charlatans albums. But yeah, it is completely different. It is not the same. So I was very happy with that, and like I've said, the Charlatans are on the right idea. That's what it needs to be. Okay? That's what I want to see. That's what other CD collectors want to see. They don't want to be buying the same things. Okay? So, just carrying on from that, I'm going to put a little shout out now. Come on, menswear. If you can do it, now is the year. Copy what the Charlatans did with Up to Our Hips. Change the front cover, change the back, change what was on the disc. This is the year for you to re-release Nuisance in a digipack for the CD collectors. Change the front cover, change the back, change what's on the disc. Just do it. People will buy it. Copy what the Charlatans did Up to Our Hips. Get it out there. The collectors want it. So that's my thoughts on, is there a CD revival happening? If you watched all the way to the end, I really appreciate it. If you enjoyed the video, please leave any comments down below and also give it a thumbs up. As always, I will see you next time.